My name is James Sculthorp-Wright. I'm the founder of BareRock Financial Planning, based in Truro, down in Cornwall, and we specialise in particularly retirement planning advice and all areas related to that. So we chose to go with BareRock because I felt that they would support us through the journey in an interactive way. So help identify how we work as a company, how best to fit the insurance around our needs, and to sort of best meet the outcomes of our clients. My previous experience in generally dealing with PII insurance is as sort of a one-size-fits-all approach, and trying to sort of use the same forms and so on for companies of different sizes and different breakdowns. The BareRock approach of sort of tailoring it to suit you and how you work is quite a refreshing change from the other approaches that I've experienced in the past. So we were recommended to BareRock, as it happens, by another advice firm who'd had a good experience, and I think they were in their fairly early days at the time, and we had a really good conversation with them, and they helped us in our early days as well, and getting the cover that we needed. So what stood out to us about BareRock particularly was their accessibility and sort of openness to meeting and having conversations with us to really understand what our needs are. And we were looking for somebody that would really be able to understand how best to support us through the process, and help make that journey as simple as possible for us, and get to the best outcome and the best policy that we needed. So of course our key requirements for looking for a PII provider was primarily getting, of course, the right level of cover that's suitable both for FCA requirements, but also how we work as a business and our clients, but also looking for cover that would work with us as years move forward, and as our business changes and develops, something that could dynamically change with us along the way. So one of the reasons we chose BareRock was having had a conversation with John and the really proactive and helpful approach to how not only to approach the PII application process, but also how that we can adapt our own company, our own processes and procedures and policies in order to not only improve our business and our service to our clients, but also improve how friendly we are from an insurance perspective, and sort of really work together to help not only us to be good clients, but also to help get our premiums as down as possible and get the best outcome. So the application process we've actually seen develop over the time that we've been with BareRock, and it's now very digital and very approachable from a company perspective. We do most of it online, and it's effectively filling in most of the data that we've already got, and information about how we work and our processes and our controls that we have in place. And it's quite an easy process to follow online, but the good thing is that you also know that support's on the end of the phone if ever you do need any guidance with any of the questions. Yes, so BareRock's definitely helped us be more confident in managing our risk. We've made some really good headway with their support and their knowledge and experience of the industry, and I think we've really improved our processes in order to help us keep an eye on risk levels and constantly look to improve those in an ever-changing industry. Having BareRock as our PII insurer, I think, is very reassuring for us as a firm. It's not something that I worry about year to year now that I know that we've got them behind us, but we also have periodic meetings in between renewals just to make sure that we are looking ahead what we can do in anticipation of the next renewal, and making sure that we've got everything ready to go for when we get to the application form. So I think I would describe BareRock with three words, which would be sort of friendly, supportive and engaging. They're really friendly with all of our communications that we have, supportive in our application process and making sure that we do it correctly and as effectively as possible, but also engaging in terms of working with us to make sure that we're being the best that we can be and getting the best final product in terms of insurance that we could possibly get. The BareRock process, I think, began with sort of setting the expectations, both from what's required of us, but also what we can expect from BareRock as well to support us through the process. Once we had that and we could prepare everything that we needed, we then followed the online process, which is very, very well broken down into sort of several stages. You can pick it up and leave it, come back to it as and when you need to, if there's a bit more data that you need to go away and collect. They then sort of present the outcome of that to you, fill in any gaps that might be needed, clarify any bits that you might need to clarify, and then they help you with the final sign off of the application, getting the cover live. Yeah, so in summary, I would strongly recommend BareRock to any firms looking for a new PII provider. It's been a pleasure working with them. We're very, very thankful for the support that they've given us through what's been a really interesting time for our business, and I have no doubt that they would be able to help any other firms in their growth as well.